Hey everybody, this is J Tank Gaming coming to you for the first time. Now, I've never done this before, but this is my very first time and I would like to do it many more times. Reason being is, well, I've always been a gamer type, and well, so that being said, I would love to be able to bring you quality videos and show you the ropes and how I do things on my video games, like Space Engineers for one, is one of the many games that I play a lot out of my like near 300 game library. I mean, I have so many games to play and I just don't play them as much as I used to play games, but I'm trying to get back into the games. I do not remember. The symmetry in this game is absolutely crazy. Like just how it works in general. Like I would like to use it, but at the same time, it's really a pain in the butt to use. Like see? It didn't work. So what I usually end up having to do is set out a few blocks and then maybe give it another shot. Like to see it doesn't cooperate with you. And if that's cooperating, I don't know what working is, but that's not cooperating. I find it very weird how it has, like look at that. It has you set the parameter for what you want when it should just be a simple straight up and down line instead of making it really complicated. But you see, I love to use it. It's just so weird. See, look at this shit. Like, that's stupid. Like, why would I want my symmetry to work that way? So, I get stuck to the old traditional method of just straight up going and doing this by hand. Got 6 blocks out. I'm gonna go roughly 25 out. This might allow for a fairly detailed ship. When I build my ships, I build them kind of for detailed interior look. Now I'll grab a thruster or two. Not quite sure what kinds I want to use. Probably use the kind I haven't tried yet. Some of the stuff in here can be pretty buggy, and then you sometimes run into a problem like this. So what I usually would do for a problem like that, that's just so, see now what I'll just do so that way I don't fiddle with anything, mess any of the look up. I just go and put these in here. Now it's got, you know, it's not all the same size, but that's not the part that matters here. Then I kind of shape the ship itself. When I get kind of a big ship, it has a unique look. Don't want it to look like every other ship, like the Ark already. I want to give it enough room so that I can have space inside the ship when I build it. So I can set up my alarm systems. But basically what I plan on getting done here is the basic layout. Get some of the interior systems done so I don't have to rely on not running into it anymore. This is on creative mode, but that's just so I can show. I built many of my ships also in survival, but it's not the best when it comes to time's sake. because it takes a while to do. Give it all a nice look. Now, usually I don't do the outer shell right away, but in this case I am. Normally I also don't rely on building inside and focusing everything on the outside. I usually like to kind of have everything stored on the inside so that way my thrusters aren't destroyable, but that does add a bit of an unrealistic feel to most people, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to build them on the inside to the point where they will work properly. So otherwise I would just literally be building them so that way when I'm using them they're on the inside and they can't be damaged, which is a great thing because I do not like when people can destroy my thrusters. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put these ones. I guess I could kind of put them like this. Alright, let's go back here. Shit. Alright, most part that is our thruster setup. Now one of the very, oh gosh, serious components I need right now is the reactor. So that way I can no longer worry about the simple fact of knocking the ship somewhere. I got all my thrusters I need. It's looking gorgeous. Now, overall what I'm thinking about doing is, let's see, what kind of layout would I like on this ship? I'm not sure. Let's fill it in. How natural does that look? That looks fairly natural. I mean, you can't tell it's entirely from that, but yeah, okay, now we just have to shape in these edges here. And for those of you that might be wondering, I will be purchasing, oh shoot, I accidentally put these the wrong way over here. So I want everything to be the same symmetry, but I do not rely on the symmetry system. Oh shit, I always get the buttons mixed up because I just don't like how it works right now. It's kind of weird. But I will be purchasing Medieval Engineers and doing a series on that as well, castle building techniques, for those of you that may be interested. Because it's definitely one of the top hit games for me right now. It looks like it's absolutely gorgeous, and the developers of Space Engineers did very well for early access game. I think that this game is great. It does have a learning curve, but what great game doesn't have a learning curve? That does not look bad at all. See, now I can get rid of this disgusting thing down here. This ship's not made to have one. It's made to just be a very large ship that is doesn't need a piece of bullcrap like that on it. Alright. Let's close them off. I always like to add as many little details to my ships as I possibly can. Oh shoot. Sometimes these coordinations get best of me because the buttons are very strange to me at times. But overall, it's quite easy. I mean, when you're going upside down and stuff, you can confuse yourself. It's funny that way. But I'm thinking I'm going to put a storage container on here as well. Oh, maybe a container will work. There we go. I don't know. Oh, that's not good enough. A large container. There we go. Now I need to put on here, I need to make the gravity spot. On a ship this small. I guess what I could do, I could take advantage of this situation right now. Yeah. I'll extend the hull a bit and make it a little bit. This will allow me to make it thicker at least. If it doesn't look better, it's at least thicker and stronger now. I will take these away and I will go and do this. It looks nice. I'm sure it's not the best looking thing in the universe, but that doesn't matter, it gets the job done. I remember way too many fair times in my space engineer's career where I would build a ship and I'd run into it and knock it into the abyss. That was always a very sad day. Just knocking that hard piece of work. Like, I built ships that were just huge, and by stupidity standards, I decided to run into them and knock them across the universe. It was okay though. I just built another one. But overall in survival, if you do that, that's sad. It's a very sad day. Alright. I forget if these have any rear pieces or not. Yeah, they do. Okay. That is absolutely wonderful. Now let's grab our conveyor belts. Because everything I usually build in this is something that I will eventually end up using in my final career when it comes to this. Oh shit. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. There we go. That's hooked up. And one of my other things I like to do, let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to hook this up so that I can directly input stuff into the storage area. I don't think that's going to be in the way of hooking up with a ship. I'm not entirely sure. It's finally letting me hook a piston up to it finally, because that was always one of my things, but I'm not going to hook a piston up to this. I'll just hook up the auxiliary connector. And that should be enough. Shouldn't have to do any more. For the most part, this is what doing the interior and the thrusters, they should be good. Now, I'm not sure if I want to put a glass front on this or not. Put the cockpit down. Oh yeah, I just remembered. I still got to put down, because I had a little incident earlier. I forgot about my grates, because I had a problem when I was going to first start broadcasting this. I ended up pushing one wrong button and it gave me quite the problem. I like to do this just for the aesthetic effect. It makes it look much better. For the detailed ships, but I also for most part I try to make these ships as functional as possible. while maintaining full detail. Now this is going to be a little hard. I did not anticipate this one. Alright. Still need to figure out where I want to put my glass. I think I'm going to do something that I've not tried yet, which is I'm going to put these down and I'm going to put, then if I do this, put one at the end, so that way it provides kind of effect here. Alright, now let's get the window, the 1x1 flat. I don't really need the container anymore. Alright. Alright, that works. It looks great too. I didn't think that would work, but it does. So that's what I'm going to do. Do that for the other side as well. It provides a great aesthetic effect. It just looks perfect. Because this ship's not like some battleship or something. It's more or less, you know, just a nice ship. I'm just realizing that, yeah, holy crap, how did I end up doing that? See, sometimes that will happen. You will get confused as to what you're doing when you don't use the simple stuff that they give you. The problem, like I've already mentioned, is the stuff's not that, doesn't work that well. I mean, I'd love to use it, but every time I try to set it up, it doesn't want to work for me. So how am I supposed to use it? Because clearly I don't want to just sit there and screw with it the whole time, being like, oh, well, why won't you work for me? That is very nice. I love that. Get out of here, you stupid little default ship. You don't look nice at all. But, alright. Now that we got that out of the way, let's set down this. Now the next journey is figuring out where should I put the door. I could put, well, the double doors. I usually put double doors. Alright. There we go with that. I guess for look's sake, I'll cut that and have that like that, so it looks nice. The only problem I'm bearing is, where do I put the windows at? I'm pretty sure maybe 1x1's my best shot. Oh, you messing with me on purpose. That looks cool. I like it. Has this unique feel to it. That's what I like about my ships, is when they have that unique feeling to them. Because I don't like my ships to be like, you know, everyone else's. I want them to look unique, be unique. Now, I guess my best choice for a door would be a top entrance. About right here. These are my favorite stairs. Overall, these are the ones that I usually end up using the most. Huh. Sometimes setting up the stairs can be a pain in the butt, but that's no biggie. There we go. Now traditionally, in any situation, I would think that most people would be smart enough that it doesn't matter. You would want some kind of protection, wouldn't you? Now ideally, for somewhere like here, I'd like to have the blast windows. And I wouldn't be using that door, I'd probably be using this one. Alright. Now, what I would probably do is start setting up some kind of lights, so that clearly I could see. I also would be making my corridors right now, which is what I would be doing in a moment. So I'll start making my corridors. For the most part, this ship is finished. I'm trying to get most of this into the 30-minute episode before I weaponize it and do other stuff like that. Let's see. I don't know exactly. Okay, they're considered core. The problem is I have with these is they don't look. I wonder if I thought there was a default stock that had a corridor look to it, and I'm trying to find that now. I don't know why. I'm blind to it. There it is. It's the passage. That's what it's called. Because when I'm building, no, I really would like. This is what I have problem with the passage. Is it's not sci-fi looking, which is okay, but the problem is when you try to use it, it just doesn't stack up. Alright. Is there any straight here with a roof? Alright, here's a door. Here's straight with a roof. Here's straight with a roof again. Huh. I don't understand why you wouldn't have a bunch of straight with roofs, but okay. Oh, never mind, you can use these. Alright. Now, okay, that's kind of awkward. Why? Why does there have to be windows in all of them? Like, come on, man. I want a straight up corridor with no window and a roof. That's all I want. And as you can clearly see, there's no such option. The only option is this, which does not have a roof. How am I supposed to reduce the roof then? I mean, that's just silly. But alright. I'll entertain it for a moment. And why is there only... There we go. Split it off. Now, let me do this. Wow, yeah, see. The corridors are just such... These are such a pain to work with. It doesn't make much sense to me. That's why traditionally what I do is I do this. So I just get in here, go grab this stuff, go like this, do it over here. And then I'll make my, cutoff, I'll cut it off. Make sure I didn't overdo it over there. Nope. Like this. Now this is where my my door would come in. My glass door. Come and bring the glass door in here. Make this all look beautiful. Now I'd add some lighting, which my traditional lighting is not normal lights. I like to go with like a red tint, just for the sake of atmosphere. That's what I like to do. And then I also like to label everything. I like to label it so that way I know exactly where I'm going. Like, this might not be so much of what you would see in a normal bridge. It would usually be fairly big, but it's still considered the ship bridge, regardlessly of that. So, that, and there we go, we have that. We'll put some machinery in here, make it look authentic. Then we'll run this down here to here. Get the pipes running all throughout. Make sure we have everything set up right. Storage areas. Have the med bay running and everything. Maybe change these to blast doors. Blast windows, I mean. Instead, get the lighting. Install security systems. Set up the emergency lights. There's quite a few things to still do here. And, well, it's not perfect yet. It's just a basic ship. There's nothing exquisite or anything. Just a normal, kind of like civilian ship in a way, but not. Kind of militarized, but isn't. That kind of thing. Also, I have a mod that allows the doors to automatically open. So I'll obviously be using that. Just for the sake of, you know, it makes things a little easier, and when someone's trying to go throughout a ship, when it actually will open the damn door for you instead of waiting for the door to open after you push the button every single time. Now, serious areas are going to be more security restricted. So, like the bridge, you clearly, this door is not just going to open for you. You're going to have the access to do it. And even with the mod, you need the access for the door to open, but still, nonetheless, if some random dude runs up behind you and you don't know, then he's going to get in the room. So, with that being said, I like to play it safe in that aspect. Now on the inside, I never really know if that was really worth doing. I go pretty hard with detail. Right now I'm not using my most sophisticated detailing techniques because I just don't find it necessary at the moment. Now for the most part, I would be detailing pretty much, but I just don't see the reason to do it. Alright, now I've created a basic inner layer. Now this ship's not going to be the most bulletproof, but I also am considering making a storage corridor on the bottom. We'll see about that for a way to lift ships and other things into the bottom. Now this ship isn't entirely the ship you would think that would do that, but for the most part, mine will probably end up doing that, just because I like to do that. Now, like I said, next episode, probably will be working on security systems, other things like that nature. See if anyone responds to this video and has any questions or anything that I can answer, or things that I can show them. I mean, I can build a lot of stuff, a lot of detail-oriented stuff, a lot of other things. Now let's see. And see, I forgot one thing. I use the Hypertech gyroscope for this. And what I would do in this manner would glass. So I would just